What audio? It wasn't recorded. Everything is through the camera, bro. It wasn't recorded.
Okay, okay.
That's
I
why I tried
hear
to
you.
get you to shut up. You ain't want to stop. You was on the roll basically. Cause I ain't want you to stop. I was just letting you talk. I'm like, no, let him talk. He's talking the truth. You more hype. You more hyped up about this than me, man. You should have said this. You must have got some sleep, Blackie.
Hell no, nigga. How many minutes we at, nigga? I'm
No,
3
we back,
minutes
bro. We
away.
back on. We back on. While you yakking, we are back on.
Yeah, I'm waiting on you, goddammit.
We back on. We recording now. That's why I
What
like
was
having the
what,
view. Yeah,
what was we at, man?
we was at goofball one now. No, you just talking about the same thing. Just talking about how far he was going. Like he was going to big things. He was basically going to big time, big time. He was
He
mere
was,
months
man.
away from big time. He would have been. And two, don't forget, he already had recorded stuff at that point. He was on another show. He's on a couple of
Yeah.
TV shows.
He just broke into the mainstream, is what
He's
I'm
broke
thinking.
into the mainstream.
Like, and if you got somebody that undeniable as the face of what you got going on,
Just
you
giving the
can't
real
stop.
dope, giving the real dope on the message. Who knows
You
how
can't
many
stop.
and he got
But
stopped.
now we gotta wait for somebody to pick up that ball.
You know, we gotta have somebody to have the balls and guts to do it. Y'all can go back to y'all hidey hole if you want and do your content. This is like the healing, like countless young men need this message who in traps right now that don't have this message. When y'all talk about what y'all decide is relevant next to the YouTube algorithm, nobody's willing to lose money to report the message. They just want to be entertainers. Just let them be entertainers.
Yeah, I feel that. I just, no, man. I don't know. I feel like mediocre tutorials. He could do it, man. I feel like
He could
he
do
could
it,
be
but
a
do he
thing.
wants to do it? He gave up a
No,
lucrative career to come here. I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna piss all over his money. No matter what I think, I get it, but nobody. They just getting too much money off of this now.
nigga.
Nobody's gonna stand up now. They're making too much money now, and the ones there are no replacements available right now, or even somebody talking a similar message. That's not all in their own content. This is not a
So why
part.
can't it be Tommy though? You ain't never answered that question.
No, I did. I answered the question. I said because he's making. He's making too much money now.
It's, I mean, so you haven't seen shit from Tommy Sotomayor in a minute, have you?
Long time. He's still talking the same way.
Why don't he got the space though?
Why didn't he try
Why don't
to?
he?
Why
Yeah,
didn't he
why
try to
don't he
step
got
up?
the space?
Like I said before, I think whatever he's doing now has become so lucrative. It's really no incentive. He went on Fresh and Fit. He went to a couple of other places, and he still got the same confrontation with women and stuff like that. That's really marketable, but like he's too stuck on they stole my message, they stole my work. That's what he was saying. That's what he said about Kevin Samuels. That he stole
Yeah, he
even though
was saying that shit though.
he bigged up Tommy Sotomayor. He did a big up to him. He gave him his props. He gave him his flowers. I guess that wasn't enough for him. I don't know what else that Negroes have to do for other Negroes not to be. It's just too. The shit is too petty for me. It's too beneath me. That's funny me saying that. You see what I do every day. That's funny me saying that, saying that's beneath me. All this, like I said, I don't like that. I don't like this beef and shit. I don't like this shit. I know it goes on, and everybody's saying this is how men supposed to interact with each other all the time, huh? It don't seem like beef gets anything good. It always ends in something that's bad.
That's real.
I mean, tell me damn different. I'm just tired of everybody saying their opinion on a thing, but it's always some old, I don't know, it's backwards ass nigga shit. It's always something primordial, like you just an animal in the jungle, and we have to fight for everything. We fight enough as it is amongst each other. We fight enough.
So you about that unity, basically.
It's not a no. I'm not no. Actually, I'm not about that unity because so many niggas are stupid and always trying to get over on the next, trying to get the last crumb of the crumb. Everybody is going for that one crumb, and a few people get a hold of that crumb, and they hold it close to their heart, and they rock it like they holding a baby. Because now they got a piece of the rock, they got a piece of that profit, they got a piece of that algorithm. They could care less about what any other Negro think about anything. They don't care. They don't care. They got their money. Once they get that money, watch them cower. Watch them shrivel up. They got the chest out, muscles out, everything. But when they get a piece of that algorithm, watch how they just shrivel up. And they just go, and they go, what's that called? YouTube autopilot. All them people that was talking similar Manosphere stuff, are they talking it now? Or talking it significantly? Or have they just gone went into content that get up, that draw audience? They just audience draws. They're not Manosphere. They're just audience draws. Manosphere is just part of the playbook, part of the bag of tricks, man. The shit is so I don't give a fuck. The shit is pathetic to me. Cause I would sit there and do it for no money. If I knew I was helping, specifically helping men, especially young men. Young men get their whole life took when they get the wrong girl pregnant. They get their whole life took when they stick in a long term relationship. They get their whole life took when they put that ring on her finger and get tied up into all that legality. We seeing whole lives being basically destroyed. Seeing the next generation life destroyed because they can't see their daddy. And it's just allowed to go on and don't nobody want to speak on it. Only a couple of people speaking on it. And they want to speak their own gobbledygook first. Nobody put men first. We always last. Just let the other man figure out until they taking the damn what's the name call and they lose everything they have. I know nobody don't like it because it's not terribly entertaining, but men lives is literally being took out here because of this. And these niggas that got money, they got money. They got substantial resources, and they don't want to say nothing. They want to crawl back into the.
They scared to lose their sponsors, man.
They scared to lose anything they've been given. I understand they put a lot at risk and put a lot on the line. But how do anybody think that this damn YouTube money is lifelong money?
If you good at it, it can be.
Can it? In 10 years, let's see if that. In 10 years, let's see if it's like that. It's gonna go and die eventually.
Oh yeah, eventually, but if you make enough money off
Yeah,
that shit, man.
and that's exactly why niggas is cowardly.
Yeah, because they see the amount of money you can make off
I'm not,
YouTube.
but and don't get me
But
wrong.
for
I'm not.
you, it's not about the money, is what you're saying.
Bingo, exactamundo. I don't hate on nobody for getting their bread. Go ahead and get your bread. My opinion don't count as far as you and what I think. It doesn't count. I get it, but what I think about it is something else. What I think personally is something else.
Right.
Because to have resources like that is very rare for a black man can come to something and get the resources like that. That's very rare. It's very quickly without no education, without no college education. That is usually the barrier of entry. That's the barrier of entry at our job. College education.
Right.
Low key, nobody don't want to say it, but low key, yeah, that's the barrier of entry. Cause I don't get by a dude at the bottom gotta say this stuff, and the dudes that have the power don't want to say nothing. But they got money to protect. I understand they don't have anything to lose. I mean, they have a lot to lose, even though you can build
It's
your
the
own.
ones that don't got nothing to lose that's willing to speak the truth.
But why, when you have it, that you why is YouTube your? I got a whole lot to say. Why is YouTube your damn business? Why is you trying to make YouTube your business? What? How many dudes do you see actually go out and build something with the money they get from YouTube? That's substantial. Every single big YouTuber, that's what they do. They build a company. YouTube is not their money. That's just somewhere they get to get some of their income.
Man, I thought this was a couple of them niggas full time jobs.
But they still with that amount of money, they still gonna have other businesses. Who would sit there and make YouTube just the only thing you do?
Right, that's real.
I give it to Jose Du Jackson that he at least is building business in Africa with what he's making now. Everybody else seems
Shout
to.
out on that.
I mean, that's why I say I respect the brother. Sometimes I don't like some of his content, but hey, that's just my opinion. That's just people always gonna have opinion about everything as far as content. But as
What's
far as
your opinion about Fresh and Fit then? Do you think they can do it?
Fish and Fit, like I say, I don't get caught up on reputation. I look at what people do. Looks like they were good businessmen even before that. They were into real estate, to my understanding. I can't hate on somebody that they took the money or they invested it even beforehand and just I know they still doing. I'm sure they still doing real estate deals and all the stuff they was doing at the side, regardless of YouTube. And if they went to something outside of YouTube to get some bread, I can't hate on that. You done found two avenues to make money like that. I can't really hate on that. They were good businessmen in that sense. Like I say, like O'Shea Du Jackson. I don't look at dudes and say if I damn agree with them, if I get along with, if I'm cool and but I'm not buddy, but I don't. I'm never gonna probably meet those guys.
What did you say you want them to spend this money on?
What you mean spend what
Like,
money?
like you talking about putting it back in the community and shit like that, right?
Nobody ever
Like,
do, and nobody ever did does that. They have a right to do what they want with their money. I get it, just like everybody else does. It's not the responsibility of just individual black people to invest money that they have. If they're not gonna do it with Ernst, they're not gonna do it with honesty. They're not gonna do it with candor. They're not gonna do it as something that's done very legitimately and very I can't think of the word, but whatever the word is, it's like they do it with whatever. It's done honestly.
which man, sincerity.
Sincerity, there you go. Bingo. That's truly something that they feel they needed to do in their heart. That's fine. It's not up to a few black men with money to save the black community because the core of the destruction of the black community is no fathers in the home and women thinking they can take the charge off of some feminist doctrine saying that hey, we can do this too. We can be just like the white feminists. We can do that, and we can,
That should never happen.
and it's only crashed the black society in America to the ground. It's worldwide into the ground, but especially in America.
Feminism worked perfectly. Listen, bro. Feminism worked perfectly for white women. They worked to a fucking T.
To a
They
fault.
got to the nigga. They got to like damn near the same level as white men. That's what the fuck that shit was about, nigga. Black women never needed feminism for shit because they have always been put on a pedestal higher than their man. Their man never oppressed them
Men,
because we was just
don't
happy
we
to
don't
be
we
together.
didn't never press them. We didn't never beat them. We didn't never abuse them. We didn't never do any of that. We always, just like I did when I was a sim. We uplifted them above all things, even even ignoring the bad behavior and just the whole behavior. Basically, the what's the name behavior of just mistreating children and